Ahmed.
Hi, hello.
Hi.
Okay. Give me a moment. Let me open the document.
Okay. Hello, Ahmed.
Yes.
Yes. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. I just reached my work location just now.
Okay. Great.
And did you finish that assignment in JDBC?
Yes.
Yes.
Good, good, good. Yes, today we will look into the Servlet life cycle. Yes. Like thread life cycle. So in thread life cycle, can you name the stages?
Let's see.
Yes, thread life cycle stages.
Thread life cycle. First of all, with new.
Right, very good. New stage. Next.
Name it is running.
Right, absolutely. Running.
And
Next.
then waiting. Wait.
Wait,
Sleep.
right. Wait, sleep.
And
The
then the
last one
last is dead.
right. Wait, sleep, sometimes a blocked
Block. Yeah.
state,
Then
then dead
yeah.
state. So all these life cycle stages of thread are managed by JVM.
Yes.
Likewise, the servlets are programs, tiny programs. We write the servlet and deploy it into the server.
Yes.
Servlets don't have main method.
Okay.
So when they are deployed into server, the server is going to manage the life cycle of the servlet. We are browsing through the life cycle stages of a servlet. So a servlet life cycle can be defined as the entire process from its creation till the destruction.
Okay.
The servlet initialized by calling the init method. So the thing is, you are writing a servlet, then you are going to deploy in the server. So the servlet gets initialized by a method called init method.
Okay.
So there is a method init method, init init method. You can see as init method.
Yeah.
The init method will initialize the servlet. And who is going to call this init method? Server is going to
The
call.
server. Yeah.
Please make a note of the various methods that are called by the server. We are not going to call this init method. Like in thread lifecycle run method, do we call that run method?
Yes.
Explicitly, do you make a call to run method in thread
No,
lifecycle?
no, it is done automatically.
Right, right. We will start a thread. Start will
Yeah.
internally run that, right?
Yeah.
So like this init method is called by the container. I mean to say server I have been saying, right?
Yeah.
Particularly we call it as container.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
servlets it contains, so servlet container. So this Tomcat I said as an example under web server.
Yeah.
Strictly speaking, that is not a web server, that is a web container
Okay.
which contains web components. Fine. So servlet
Fine.
gets initialized. Then servlet calls the service method. So here container is going to call the service method to process the client request. So in thread lifecycle, the actual task related instructions are written in run method, right?
Right.
So here the actual task related things are executed by service method.
Okay.
And the service method is called by the container again. Then servlet is terminated by calling destroy method. So servlet is removed from the memory, removed from the
Memory.
container, undeployed from the container. So do you follow the terminology here? Undeployment.
Okay. Yeah.
Finally, servlet is garbage collected by the garbage collector of the JVM. So servlet is nothing but an object.
Yeah.
So when you remove the object, servlet object from your server, then garbage collector will clean that memory, reclaim the memory occupied by the servlet. So we will discuss this init method or the service method in detail. So how the prototype of this method would be. So the init method is designed to be called only once in the life cycle. This is also an important thing. For your entire life cycle of servlet, init method is called by the container only once. Means your servlet would be initialized only once. And it is called when the servlet is first created and not called again for each user request. So I told you that in yesterday's session, when you type www.ht, that is citibank.com, welcome page is displayed, right? It means when you type the www.citibank.com and hit an enter key, you are generating a request. That request is identified by the server. I mean to say, server would take the request and will be choosing a particular component that would process that request. There will be n number of components in the server, better say n number of servlets, which will serve the various types of requests.
Yeah.
So for the first time the servlet, so the server would determine so and so component, so and so servlet. Assume Citibank servlet name. So Citibank servlet, better say here welcome page is being displayed, right? I say it as welcome servlet. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So welcome servlet is identified and its init method is called. And then the what is it? Response would be built by the servlet, and finally response as a welcome page is displayed to the client.
Yes.
Now again, if you type www.citibank.com over there and hit an enter key, the init method will not be called then for the second time. So I told you that the second time the thread is going to give a response, right? Because servlets are lightweight components. So that's what here I highlighted. This init method is called when the servlet is first created. and not called again for each user request.
Yeah.
So it is used for one-time initializations, just as with the init method present with the applets. So prior to servlets, there were applets. So applets are tiny web applications that used to execute on browser. With servlets, we have plenty of advantages. So nowadays, servlets are popular.
Okay.
So with applets also, there was life cycle of applets that is managed by JVM. So we are just comparing that. In applets also there is init method. That similar init method is seen with servlet components also. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
The servlet is normally created when a user first invokes a URL corresponding to the servlet. So this is another important question. When is your servlet first created? There are various ways. One way, when you type the URL on browser and hit an enter key, server takes that URL and identifies so and so servlet, and that servlet is created. This is one way. Okay.
Okay.
Second way is there is server, right? Tomcat server. So we need to start the server. Only then we can deploy the components. So after using the server, we can shut down the server also. I'll show you how to shut down all those activities.
Okay.
So here, while startup of the server, the servlets also can be created by the server. This is second way. Got it?
Can you repeat the
First way is your servlet would be deployed in the server. Now the servlet has to be initialized, right?
Right.
It should be loaded into the memory, then initialization goes actually. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So that servlet would be created, initialized during, that is when you hit the URL. That is you give the URL and hit the enter key. That is one way. Second way is when you start the server, you can configure that your servlet would be created while the startup of the server.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what here you can say mentioned. You also specify that the servlet be loaded when the server is first started.
Okay.
This is second way. Okay.
Okay.
These two are very important in interview questions. For the second, third, fourth request, are the servlets created again and again? This is my question. The answer is servlets would not be created again and again. Instead, a servlet would create a thread that would give response for second, third, fourth, and so on, n number of same requests.
Yes.
Do remember that is also an important interview question.
Yeah. Okay.
Then, when a user invokes a servlet, a single instance of each servlet gets created. That's what. One object is created. Instance is nothing but object. Servlet is nothing but a class, or a class, some special class which would be inheriting some components. We will see that soon. As of now, just assume that servlet is a class.
Yes.
Yes. So with each user request resulting in a new thread that is handed off to do get and do post as appropriate. So here we are seeing two new methods, do get and do post methods. So it would be something like this. I'll write here. Yes, I write here. Today's date is 21. So it would be like Okay, so it would be something like this. So this is a do get method. Yes. Likewise, we have do post method.
Okay.
Do post method. We will see what these do get and do post methods soon.
Okay.
Particularly, there will be two parameters here. Param 1, param 2. Param. Here also we have two parameters. We will see what they are soon.
Alright.
You can see here with each user request resulting in a new thread. New thread would be created and that request is handed to this thread and the thread is going to execute this do get or do post method based upon the request type. So when you say request type, there will be two types of request. Get type of request, post type of request.
Yeah.
We will see the example, what is get type of request, post type of request. Okay.
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 And the init method simply creates or loads some data that will be used throughout the life of the servlet. So the purpose of the init method is it simply creates or loads some data that will be used by the servlet in its life cycle.
Okay.
And the init method definition would be like this. Please memorize this definition.
Okay.
It is init method, you can see init unit. And it is public. The return type is void. And there are chances that it throws servlet
exceptions. Yes.
So with the JDBC, we have seen SQL exception, class not found exception, right?
Yeah.
They are particularly JDBC related exceptions. With the servlets, we have servlet exception. You need to remember the exception names also in this servlet technology.
Okay.
Servlet exception. And the code goes here inside it. Okay.
Okay.
So that's about init method. Then service method. So service method is the main method to perform the actual task. Like threads, we write the code inside run method, right?
Right.
In servlets, we are going to write the logic, business logic, in either of these methods, do get and do post.
Okay.
Okay.
The thing is, there will be a service method. There will be a service method. You can see the service method here, service method, prototype. Look there. Its return type is void and it is public and it is taking servlet request and servlet response to components. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me write this here. Yes. So it would be like this. So this is the syntax of service method. Okay. So its body starts somewhere. And down. Okay.
Yeah.
So service method, the syntax would be like this. And I told you, writer, we will be writing the business logic in do get or do post methods.
Do post. Yes.
We are not going to write the logic inside service method. Do remember, we are not going to write this service method. The container has written the service method. We are going to write do get and do post methods. Right, business rules, business logic goes here. Okay.
Okay.
So when we write business logic here, this has to be executed by the servlet. Here,
yes,
we have seen init method, that is one stage. Second stage is service method, which actually performs the task. Service method is going to provide the service for the client request. So the service method inside it has a call to these methods. Got
Okay.
it?
Got it.
To do post method. So like this, there are 6 methods around. Do get, do post, do head, do trace. There are 6 methods. Of all that, these 2 are regularly used. Now you can see this service method will provide service to the client request.
Client
This
request.
service method is called by the container. When the container calls the service method, you can see the service method may throw servlet exception and IO exception.
Yeah.
And it is taking servlet request and servlet response to components as parameters.
Yes.
So request is sent by the client, and our servlet is going to provide a response. This response, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now inside the service method, there is a call to do get method. We are going to write the code inside this do get method. So our code is invoked here. Got it?
Yeah. Got it.
That is what service method is going to execute these do get do post methods. Got it?
Yeah.
Got it.
Now if you observe,
Very.
yes, the service method has 2 parameters, servlet request and servlet response. These requests and responses are nothing but the request is sent by the client and the response is the server
And
has
by
to
the
generate
server.
the response.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Service method has these 2 parameters as argument, 2 components as argument. Who is going to create this request? Who is going to create this response? Objects. Again, remember, server is going to create this.
Yes.
If you see, init method is called by the container. Container in the sense server, okay?
Yes.
Service method is called by the container. Okay.
Yes.
To the service
Yes.
method, there are request and response, servlet request and servlet response. Please
Yeah.
do remember the method signature.
Okay.
Servlet request and servlet response, they are objects. And
Yeah.
these 2 objects are created by container.
Yeah.
Okay.
This.
I am back to service. So the servlet container or web server calls the service method to handle the request coming from the client. That is nothing but from the browser. And to write the formatted response back to the client. So formatted response in the sense the response is written, it is laid out according to some requirements. Okay.
Yeah.
Properly formatted. So this service method is going to write that response, format it, then send back to the client. Okay.
Okay.
So each time the server receives a request for a servlet, the server spans a new thread and calls the service. And here, do remember the Citibank URL which you have typed and hit the enter key. For the first time, the initial init method is created.
Yeah.
So what happens is the first step is the servlet would be identified.
Yes.
I write here. So when you generate a request, nothing but we type www.com and hit an enter key. Okay. So step 1, the server will take the URL and determine the appropriate
Component.
That is nothing but servlet.
Yeah.
Because there will be hundreds and thousands of servlets in an application. Of all that, which servlet is going to serve my purpose? Assume I have welcome servlet. It is nothing but a class. So welcome servlet is going to provide the welcome page. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this servlet is nothing but a class, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So the welcome servlet class is loaded into memory. Okay. 3.
Yeah.
The init method
It's initialized.
present in the servlet is called
Yes.
in the this called. Okay.
Yes.
Then the service method, I write service like this. Service method is called
Called. Yeah.
and called by whom particularly? Container.
By the container.
Called by the container. Now, so service method will provide response. So that response we are going to write. We programmers are going to write, right? That is nothing but
Yeah.
some piece of instructions,
Mm.
Java instructions. Where do we write? We write them
Right.
here in
And the
do get or do post
do
methods.
get and do, yeah. Post method.
Any of these two methods based upon the
Yes.
request. Request will be get type or post type. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fifth. Then the destroy method would be called. Called by whom? By the container, which would remove the servlet from the application server. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you first hit this, these are the steps are going to happen. Now, second time again you write this and hit. What happens is this init method will be called only once in the life cycle, right?
Right.
Only once. So this will not be called. And servlet loaded, all these things will not happen again. This service method would be called second time. Like this, if 100 times you are sending the same request, 100 times the service method would be called. Got it? For every request, the service method is executed.
Yeah.
And destroy is also done only once. Okay?
Okay.
So these are very, very important steps.
Okay.
I'm back. So the service method checks the HTTP request type. I told you it may be get, post, put, delete, head, trace, like this. There are 6 types. We will be rolling on get and post type.
Okay.
So there and calls the corresponding do get, do post. So there are 2 methods. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The service method is called by the container. So here it is highlighted. Who is going to call the service method? Container. And service method invokes further those get methods, get post methods. Okay.
Yeah.
As appropriate. So it depends upon the request type. So you have nothing to do with the service method. You in the sense programmers. But you override either the do get or do post method. That's what I have written here. We are going to write the business logic inside our do get do post methods. Okay.
Okay.
Then do get and do post are most frequently used methods within each service request. And the signature of do get and do post methods are, observe here, a get request results from a normal request for a URL or from a HTML form that has no method specified and it should be handled by the do get method. The thing is, suppose you are going to register your profile into a website. So you will be giving first name, last name, date of birth, education qualification, location, address, contact number, all these things, and click on register button.
Yeah.
Okay. So over there, when you are clicking on register button, it means that you are submitting the data
Yeah.
to the server.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
So over there, when you hit the register button, it means you are generating a request.
Hello, Ahmed. I lost connection.
Oh,
I'm back again.
okay. So I'm talking about this do get method.
Yes.
So you are registering your profile in a website.
Yes.
You will be providing your details like first name, last name, father name, educational qualification, date of birth, and so on.
Yes.
And finally, you are going to fill the data. Finally, click on register button. So when you click on register button, your data would be sent to the server and it is stored in the server.
Yes.
So when you click on register button, it means you are generating a request. Okay. So over there, we can mention what type of request it is. Either it is do get type of request or post type of request. In the form. I'll show you where to mention that. Okay.
Okay.
So if you mention get, then do get method would be called by the service.
Yes.
If you mention post with your form, then post method would be called. Okay.
Okay.
Assume you did not mention any type of request over there. You just wrote a form and click on register button. Okay.
Okay.
By default, do get method would be called.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This is another important. So by default, do get method would be called by the server. And here you can see do get method is having HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response
Yeah.
components. Okay.
Okay.
And who is going to create this HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response? Server.
The server.
Okay. And do get method may throw servlet exception or IO exception. Okay. And do post method is similar to do get. It is having same type of parameters, same type of throwing exception, and it is public and wide. Okay. Then the last method in the servlet lifecycle is destroy method. So destroy method is called only once at the end of the lifecycle of a servlet. And this method gives your servlet a chance to close database connections. So what is the purpose of a destroy method? The thing is, assume you might have connected to database. So you need to close the database connections in the destroy method. Okay.
Yeah.
Then halt background threads. If there are any threads running, you can terminate those threads in destroy method. Then write cookie lists or hit counts to disk. So the thing is, cookies are some objects. We will see what these cookies are, which would store user data on browser.
Yes.
Temporarily they store. Okay.
Okay.
And hit counts to disk. The thing is, you are going to write the data to the disk, right? Hard disk.
Right.
So how many times you are hitting the disk? All these things are written in. We implement in destroy method. So cleanup activities are done. So with your try catch, finally we write all those closing activities.
All right.
Finally block, right?
Right. Yeah.
It is similar to that finally block.
All right.
Bruce, are you there?
Yes, I am.
I see you just arrived. You lost your network connection again?
I'm kind of losing and reconnecting, but I understand what you're saying.
Good, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So all the cleanup activities goes in destroy method. And who is going to call this destroy method?
The
Container.
server.
Server, yes, container. So after the destroy method is called, the servlet object is marked for garbage collection. So garbage GC will mark the object. Okay, this is eligible for garbage collection. Definition of destroy method is public void destroy. It does not have arguments.
NFT. Yeah.
So you can see here finalization code here. Nothing but cleanup activities.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So here you can see these are the life cycle stages. Init, service, destroy. And if you observe there, almost all the components are managed by the server. Server is going to create. We are not going to create. Even the servlets, what we write, welcome servlet, we are not going to create an object for that. We never do welcome servlet, servlet object equals to new welcome servlet. We never do. Object creation of the servlet for the servlet is done by the server.
Yeah.
So most of the activities are done by the server, right?
Right.
So that we programmers can focus on only business logic in an application.
Yeah.
Fine. So now we look into architecture diagram. So the following figure shows the servlet lifecycle scenario. So first the HTTP request coming to the server are delegated to the servlet container. So here you can see. So JVM and servlet container. So here this is the web server.
Yeah.
And with this is the thing is this a servlet here, a servlet with init method, service method, destroy method. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are request to the servlet container. So a user is sending a request. Okay, client from the client is sending a request.
Yeah.
When does the client in the sense browser? So when does the browser send a request? When we users are performing some action on the web page. Maybe we type an URL and hit an enter key, or maybe we are clicking a link on the web page. Maybe we are clicking some buttons on the web page. Such activities would generate a request. Okay. So the first thing is the HTTP request coming to the server are delegated to the servlet container. Web server would receive the request, and this request received by the web server would delegate to servlet container. Okay.
Yeah.
Servlet container has servlet components in it. Then the servlet container loads the servlet before invoking the service method. So service method is invoked. Okay. Then the servlet container handles multiple requests by spanning multiple threads, each thread executing the service method. That's what here. Each thread would execute the service method for multiple same type of request. The figure that is present here on this PDF, than this I have a better picture. I'll show you that you can memorize that. You can ignore this. I'll show you a better picture. Fine. So that's about life cycle stages of servlet. Let me close this, and I have so servlet life cycle. Yes, I have. I need a figure actually. We will come to this picture one by one. I recommend a textbook for you. If possible, you can buy it, or else you can download it on Google. Head First. Have you seen such book, Head First?
No.
No.
Oh my God. This is the best book. At first for core Java, at first for advanced Java.
Okay.
Advanced Java,
Okay.
servlets, and JSPs.
Mm.
If you want to go for Java certification, you need to refer to this book for sure.
All right.
Okay.
It is available on net. You can download it from this website, forshare.com.
Okay. Okay.
I recommend you to buy this. Keep it in your library forever.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome. Whenever you find time, please browse through this textbook.
Mm.
Yeah.
Before getting into your interviews, I recommend you to better finish that book reading once at least.
Mm.
Okay.
Fine. Yes. These images that are present here in the folder, I actually extracted them from the textbook actually.
Okay.
Okay.
So here there are few things. You can see I have been saying request response, right?
Right.
So here we are looking into the anatomy of a request, HTTP GET request. So what it
Mm.
contains. So here you can see we will be giving the URL, right?
Yeah.
So here you can see the HTTP method is GET
Good. Yeah.
Hmm.
and the path to the resource on the web server. So we are going to use this path here. For it may be Citibank welcome page. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So it is something like there is an application which would select the beer taste.
Mm.
In this at first they have described that application. So they have given that path. Okay.
Okay.
And this is the path to the resource on the web server. And here you can see along with this URL there are certain things like key value pairs we say. So in a get method, get request, parameters, if there are any, are appended to the first part of the request URL, starting with a question mark, and parameters are separated with an ampersand. Have you seen such a question mark and
Yeah.
parameter
Yeah.
equals ampersand
Mm-hmm.
anytime?
Yeah, we did.
Even here I'll show you. Suppose I open Google and here I say Michael Jackson. I am searching for Michael Jackson. Okay.
Okay.
I hit an enter key. And you can see these are the search results, right?
Right.
Right.
If you look at the URL here, I just copy this and put here. So here you can see Michael Jackson. So I gave two words over there, right?
Yeah.
So here you can see this is the URL, right? Google's.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a question mark here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And here you can
Right.
see there is one parameter equals then some value.
Mm.
This is one parameter. I mean key value pairs like map kind of thing. Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
This is a key value. Key equals to value. Okay.
Okay.
If there are another set of key value pairs, they are separated by ampersand sign here. Okay, ampersand. Then
Mm.
here you can see another key value.
Yeah.
Got it.
Got it.
Got it.
Likewise, another ampersand and key value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
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 So they are talking about those things. So we call them as request parameters. Okay.
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 So these request parameters are appended to the URL. the thing is, here you can see when I typed, so I opened Google and on the search box I gave Michael Jackson and hit the search button. Okay,
Yeah.
it means I am generating a request, right?
Yes.
Right.
And if you see Michael and Jackson, the search strings which I gave here, they are appended to the URL, right?
Yeah. Right.
Right.
So it says that it is a get type of request. So the search strings are appended to the URL, right?
Right.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Mm.
And here you can see HTTP version. So it is
Mm.
some 1.1. So the protocol version that the web browser is requesting. Okay.
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 And this complete line is called as request line.
Mm.
Crystalline. Okay.
And so there are some request headers. I mean request related information. Okay.
Okay.
So here host. So www.wickedlysmart.com. And this
Mm-hmm.
URL is actually present with this application. For us,
Yes.
here it would be www.citibank.com. Okay.
Mm.
And user agent. So who is requesting this? What browser? Is
The
it Google
browser.
Chrome,
Yeah.
Mozilla? You can see Macintosh operating system. So what operating system? User agent details. Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
Then accept. So what type of data to be accepted? Maybe text data, XML data, application by XML.
Yeah.
So this text bar XML, application bar XML are multimedia types we say.
Mm.
So here application by XML or application by XHTML. So here it is accept this type of data with the request. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And here you can see videos, images, JPGs, all this stuff can be accepted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Then accept language, English US. Okay.
Yes.
EN
Okay.
hyphen US. Then accept encoding. Yes. There are certain types of encoding. They have mentioned some name over there. gzip and decrypt.
Okay.
Accept character set. So ISO standard 8859. So this is a standard character set.
Thank you.
Mm.
And keep alive
Okay.
this connection for 300 units of time.
Yes.
Maybe 300 seconds or milliseconds, something like that. Okay.
Okay.
Connection keep alive. It means keep alive in the sense remember the user details.
Yeah.
And remember the user details for certain period, this period. Okay.
Mm.
This is the anatomy of request. Okay.
Okay.
So here you can see
Okay.
there is a web browser and here there is a server. Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
So web browser. So web browser. Hey server, get me the page on this host that is at select beer test. I mean a page name select beer test.jsp. And here are the parameters for you. So I want a dark color multi-taste beer. You have to show me on the page. Okay.
Mm.
Now server would receive the request. Sure, I will get that page and thanks for the parameters. And just for your information, hurry it up is not part of the HTTP protocol. So you cannot demand do it at the earliest.
Yeah.
So you just send the request and it will generate the response.
Mm. Okay.
So here next HTTP post request. Okay.
Okay.
You can see post request. This is the request line. And the same HTTP method is post here, the path to the resource, and protocol version, host, user agent, all these things are common. One thing to be noticed is the parameters, the request parameters we say. Request parameters are in the body of the request. Previously with the get type, the request parameters were appended to the URL at the end.
Yeah.
Whereas with the post type of request, the request parameters would be in the message body.
Okay.
This message body is sometimes called as payload, P-A-Y-L-O-A-D, payload.
Yeah.
Payload. Okay.
Okay.
So now you can come to a conclusion. With the post type of request, the data is secure because it is in the message body.
Yeah.
Yes.
The get type of request, the data is insecure because the data what you are sending with the request type, get type of request, that data is seen in request parameters on the URL. Suppose you are supplying username password. If it is a get type of request, username password both are viewed in URL, right?
Yes.
Suppose if it is post, then request and your username or password would be inside the message body, which cannot be viewed. So with the post, it is secure. Get, it is insecure.
Yeah.
One difference. Second difference is get is faster than post.
Yes.
Okay. Third, with get, limited type of data, limited information can be passed. With post, it is not such case. You can pass huge data also. Okay, it all goes in the message body. Okay. Now, when do we go for get and when do we go for post?
For post, yeah.
For example, right, you have logged into your Citibank. Okay.
Okay.
And now you want to see your bank statement for the past quarter. I mean to say your transaction that made.
Yeah.
So you will be clicking on a link, generate history, transaction history. Okay. So there may be a link. So you will be clicking on that link, generate transaction history. I mean, if you click on that link immediately, the previous quarter's transaction details are seen on the page Azure. Over there, you are requesting the data, right? So get the data from the server. Got it?
Got it.
Okay.
Get this data, fetch this data from database, pull this data from the database. Got it?
Got it.
Got it.
Right. So over there, when you are pulling data from the database, you go for get type of request.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when do you go for post type of request? For example, there may be a job portal. You are going to register your profile in job portal. Okay. You are going to give all your data, first name, last name, education, qualification, experience, projects worked on, everything. And finally, you click on register button.
Submit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over there, post my data into the server. Got it?
Got it.
You are putting some data into the server. You are pushing some data onto the server. Got it?
Got it.
Got it.
Right. So you posted data. Now you have finished registration. Now you go for logging in. You need to add a new skill that you learned in your profile. Now you log in and you go for updating your profile, right?
Right.
So over there you click on update profile. This update profile will show you all your data in text boxes, right?
Right.
When you click on update profile, what type of request it is, get or post? So what happens with your update profile request is, so you logged in, there is a link update profile. You clicked on this update profile. Immediately your first name, last name, education qualifications, everything is shown on page. In that you are going to update your new skill. Okay, you are going to add new skill over there.
Yes.
So here, before adding the new skill, when you click on update profile link, it is nothing but you are generating a request, right?
Right.
So for your request, a response has been displayed. What response? Your first name, last name, everything text boxes are displayed, and now this the application is expecting you to add new skill. Okay.
Yeah.
So the response is generated for your update profile request. Here still you have not added the new skill. It is just displaying all the skills, existing skills, right?
Yes.
Now to display that existing skill after clicking on your update profile. So a request has happened and response has happened, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Now can you tell me what type of request it is when you click on update profile? Get
When
or
you
post?
click on update, for me, I think it will be a post because
Yes.
Because when you are updating, I think you don't need to see again what you just entered.
Yes. Look here, I am clearly explaining. So you logged in. So you give username, password. You give username, password, and logged in. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you can see update profile link in the web page. Now you are clicking on this. You made a click. Observe carefully. You made a click. Immediately, so your first name, huh? Okay, your last name, okay, so education. So all these are text boxes, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so there are A, B, C skill. Okay, these are the skills displayed. Then your contact number. So all these are displayed, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Then here you will add new skill, right? Okay, add new skill here. Maybe you learn Java. You are adding now. Then here you click on update button. There will be an update button, right?
Right.
Right.
So you click this. Then your new data along with this, all this data would be stored in the database, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
I am talking about only this thing. Only this thing. When you click on update profile, these data, your data is displayed first.
At this point, yeah.
Yes.
Still you have not added your new skill.
Mm-hmm.
So clicking on this update profile is request. Agreed?
Agreed.
And your application is sending a response, this thing, showing the existing data, existing profile
Yes.
information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
I am talking about this request, what type of request it is, whether it is get or post.
Get.
Absolutely, you are right.
Mm.
But why did you say post previously when I asked the same question?
I think you said when you update after
Right,
putting the
right.
skills.
I was clearly explaining that still you did not add your new skill.
Okay.
That is why I have written here. I thought definitely you are not able to catch what I am saying, so I just mentioned it on
Yes.
notepad.
Yeah.
Now I add new skill, right? I add new skill.
Right. Mm.
So this is just get absolutely, and I add new skill. Now I click on update. It means a new request is being generated, right?
Right.
And what type of request it is?
A post.
Absolutely post, because you are posting your new skill into the database then. Got it?
Got it.
Right. So that's the major difference between get and post. All right.
Right.
Yes. With this, I am winding up the session because I am late to my office. Tomorrow we will continue at 5 a.m. the regular time, 5 to 6
All
a.m.
right.
IST.
5 a.m.
5 a.m. Right. 5
Yeah,
to 6
the
a.m. IST.
normal time.
All right.
Okay.
Fine then. See you.
See you
See you.
tomorrow.
All
Bye.
right. Bye bye.